Hello and welcome to the 200th episode of Talkin' Baseball. Games were played and we will discuss them. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin' Baseball. Thank you very much for tuning in and hanging out with us on this Friday morning. Big weekend up ahead. We are coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake, Bug Dude in the corner, being a producer and doing what he does. Games were played. Jake, how are you doing?
Jimmer, Fredette, I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. You know, times in Yankee land got tough last night. Been had tough for about a week and a half, something like that. So I kind of went back into the scope of the season, and I'm still, optimistic on things. I think, I feel football, football's coming up, people don't care. Kind of care. Don't care. It's Talking Baseball. Football, coaches
always bringing up football.
They love breaking it down into 4-game segments.
Yeah.
Like they do 4-game segments, and that's kind of how they look at a season. For this baseball season, I think what I'm going to do is 3 20-game segments. 60 games, the first 20, the middle 20, and the final 20.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of... I think if you chop those up, you'll get a vibe of your team's season. A couple teams. I mean, there's only one team that's been dominant throughout. It's the Dodgers. If you chop up the other teams, the team like the Rays got off to a slow first 20. I think the A's are coming back down to earth a little bit. Houston's getting hot. So that's kind of how I'm mentally doing it in my head. And it was
Cubbies?
The Cubbies are coming back down to earth a little bit. I think they had a good first 20, and they're slowing down a little bit. So we'll see. I mean, things are so week to week, man. Earlier this week, we had a conversation about Kyle Lewis and Luis Robert on our voicemail episode about Rookie of the Year. I went from Kyle Lewis, whoever dukes it out better, from here on in could get it, and that's still very true. And then today, I was talking, and I was thinking, Luis Robert is an MVP candidate. So, never mind Rookie of the Year. This season's nuts. It's a lot of weird baseball emotions, but it's been hot in the streets, man. It really has. The product is good, except some loose ends. I mean, you add 28th men and a lot of injuries, you get some loose ends going on, but a lot of talent, incredible talent, day to day. I'm straight up having a good time, Jim. How are you?
If the Cubs win today and Saturday, they will have double-digit wins in the first 20 and the second 20.
Okay. So Jack Flaherty tonight.
They got to win.
Jack Flaherty,
Darvish. Who
tonight.
Darvish, though?
Holy smokes.
All right.
I'd watch.
This episode of Talkin' Yanks is... Jesus, Jimmy, get your brain right.
Whoa, edit.
This episode of Talkin' Baseball is brought to you by Jacob Gibo.
Thanks, Jake.
Norm Stedman. What a name.
Wow.
I mean,
Norm
that is
Stedman.
just like...
That's a guy you trust.
That's a dad in an American sitcom.
It's a guy you trust.
That's got a bit of an edge to him, but mostly wholesome, good guy.
He's your neighbor.
Yeah. Paul Sally, Lance Hepper, Hector Flores, Matt, Kenneth Dvorsky, Bradley Heller, Noah Town, Matthew Morales, and Carlos. Thank you very much. Those are most recent patrons hanging out live with us in the chat.
Matty Mo.
Usually get very involved because we ask them for help, and they give us help
we
on
need
a lot
it.
of things. Yeah.
We need it, TBH.
As always, we do not know more about your favorite team than you do.
Very true.
Nor do we watch every game. Every time someone clips something we say and puts it in their team's Facebook page or their team's Reddit page, these guys know nothing.
If you're in the Reddit world and you see that, just be like, hey, they don't know about our team.
We dabble. I'm not going to tell you who's your better 3 or 4 starting pitcher. I have to go check the stats.
I got in
top of my head.
I got in trouble with Kenley yesterday. Kenley blew a game, and I was like, oh, boy, that's Kenley. He just won Relief Pitcher of the Month. It's tough to keep track, man.
But Dodgers fans, they do that. They'll shit talk Kenley.
Oh, they're
going to
be on that first Kenley walk in the playoffs. You're all going to be pooping your pants.
He's having a really good season, though.
Really good.
Really good season.
Yeah.
I think,
good job, Kenley.
18 outings, 16 scoreless. Way to go. Only one home run.
Good job, Kenley Jansen.
Jake, who goes first today?
I believe it's you.
I go first?
Yeah, we did the old switcheroo after the Plouf episode.
Do you want to hear what's going on in the East region?
I need to. I kind of know what happened in that Yankees-Rays series, but not everywhere else.
All right, here we go. The Yankees in Tampa Bay squared off for a 3-game set. They had their starters ready to go. Cole versus Glasnow. Everything was set up. Cole was bad. Gave up 2 home runs, 1 to Choi, 1 to Kiermaier. Glasnow was really, really, really good. He made the Yankees subpar lineup look really bad, and he made the Yankees good players like DJ LeMahieu look really bad. They take game 1 5-3. In game 2, Tanaka was really good, and Trevor Richards.
Yeah.
I want to say Trent, but it's Trevor.
Trevor.
Wasn't that great. It wasn't terrible, but DJ LeMahieu, after getting diced up by Glasnow, says, okay, I can hit this guy. Pops 2 homers. Gio Urshela with a Little League home run after Kiermaier dived for a ball. And the Yankees took game 2, 5-3. They went into the rubber match. It was going to be good baseball. No. Jordan Montgomery gives up 4 runs before he gets 1 out. Brasso hits 2 home runs after the whole debacle of Chapman throwing at his head. The Rays had tears in their ears. Yankees offense looks absolutely horrible. Rays take 2 games. Toronto and the Marlins, they squared off 2 teams that were on the fringe and said, no, we're all in. We're going to win. Miami wins game 1. Julian Merriweather, Jake, not in my book.
Merriweather.
He starts for the Blue Jays, and they give the ball to Robbie Ray, who makes his Blue Jays debut. I think he did pretty good. Starlin Marte homered in the 8th to take the lead for his new team, the Marlins. Marlins win 3-2. In game 2, it was Ryu versus Sixto Sanchez. Really good pitching matchup. Ryu goes 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Sixto, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Which would you rather have? Lourdes Gurriel Jr. hits a 2-run homer in the 5th, and that gets it done. Jays win 2-1, so I'm guessing you'd rather the Ryu if that was the final score. Game 3 goes 10 innings. Jays win 6-2. Jays scored 4 in the 10th. Another Lourdes Gurriel Jr. home run. Taijuan Walker made his debut. He went against Martin Perez. They both pitched well.
Yeah.
Debut season. Marte, Walker, Ray. Although Ty Walker didn't debut, but whatever. Nationals and the Phillies squared off, and we told the Phillies, hey, go win. We want you to be good. Sweep or get swept. Phillies, they swept them, Jake. They win it in the 10th? Yes, they walked off of the 4th game, so 4-game sweep, very rare. Fetty versus Howard. Fetty goes 6 innings pitched, 6 earned runs for the Nats. Not good. The new Red Sox relievers for Philly, Hembree and Workman, they each gave up 2 earned runs. But Philly hung on to win the game. That's all that matters. In game 2, it was Corbin versus Nola, and Nola absolutely shoved. 8 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 earned runs. Corbin keichels, and then Finnegan came up out of the pen and gave up 3. Kutch had a big 3-run home run to blow it open, pimped the hell out of it. Game 3 was Scherzer versus Wheeler, ex-teammates. No, ex-dueling guys, but still in the same division. Not teammates.
Ex-sparring partners.
Yeah. 6.6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs for Scherzer, 6.2, 0 runs for Wheeler. Neil Walker and Bruce have all three RBIs. Kutch, Walker, Bruce getting it done for the Phillies. And then in game 4, it was Anibal versus Eflin. They both suck. Well, Anibal had 8 hits, only 1 earned run, but only 3 and a third. Phillies walked it off with a sac fly. Good job, Phillies. Atlanta and Boston. Atlanta sweeps the Red Sox. Young Thick with a bases-clearing triple in game 1. Fried pitched well. Ian Anderson in his second start, another good outing from the kid. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Ozuna hits 3 home runs. Kyle Hartz on the Red Sox, 6 earned runs. 19 earned runs and 11 innings pitched. Yikes, Kyle Hart. And then in game 3 bullpen versus bullpen, and Duvall hits 3 home runs. Some fun facts about that coming up later. Baltimore and the Mets split a series. Renato Nunez with a 3-run home run and then a solo shot later on. Waka versus Means in Game 2. Conforto with 4 hits and 5 RBIs. And then the Mets and the Yankees played a 1-game set yesterday. Mets win on a walk-off. Yankees can't do much right. Don't have much fight. That's the East.
That is the East. Can't do much right. Don't have much fight.
It's a good credo for the Yankees last 2 weeks.
It's all right. They've actually had some fight. It's just they just kind of stink right now. Let's circle back. A couple pitchers that you'll hear now and you might hear later. Glass now has figured it out. The pitches the Yankees were swinging at, stuff bouncing before the plate, and it's not on the Yankees. It's on
crazy good.
It's
pitch.
His K per 9 is 15 right now, which is like Chapman, best closer in the league type stuff. So we don't see that a lot. Garrett Cole, some people have grabbed a yellow flag and debate waiving it. He's given up a lot of homers. The Rays have had his numbers. We still think Cole's going to bounce back.
You have the flag. You're not waving it.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Just in case of emergency. Next start is against the Orioles, Garrett Cole. Don't make me tie it to the pole and then start raising it or anything like that. Tanaka's good. Miami, Toronto, this was fun. Both these teams added trade pieces, and VR went from Miami to Toronto. And Robbie Ray faced Starling Marte in this game. Mm-hmm. Their names just rhyme too, apparently. Mm-hmm. And they were teammates the day before on the Diamondbacks. So that's always some fun.
How'd that at bat go?
I'm not sure. I think Ray got him. I don't know. Starling Marte hit the game-winning homer in his first game, so that's pretty cool.
I had it. Part of my report.
That's pretty cool. Well, it's Toronto, Miami.
Both the East currently is providing 6 playoff teams. 3 from the American League, 3 from the National League. If the playoffs started today,
right,
the Blue Jays would be the wild card and the Marlins would be the wild card. Blue Jays and Yankees are tied 20-16 apiece. They haven't even played each other yet, so I don't know how they're doing a tiebreaker, but this has the Yankees ahead. They're tied.
Yeah, it depends where you click.
Yeah. The Rays, they look really good right now, and they're injured. If they have people come back. Yankee fans keep saying, oh, when we get our good guys back, it'll be better. Rays fans can also say that they will be better when they have their injured players back, and they're really good right now.
Charlie Morton came back.
Yeah.
The Rays are tough. I think we'll talk a little bit about their lineup coming up, but yeah, since they got off to a slow start and they have been running since. Good for the Baby Jays. They got help. They've been playing well, like you said. Coming up in the last month of the season, last 4 weeks, Jays and Yanks are going to play 10 times to sort out some seeding, so that could be pretty interesting. And then, back in the NL, Jim, credit to us and Bryce Harper. The Phillies have gotten it going, man. They won 9 out of 10, and Bryce Harper had a press conference right before that where he said, we need to win 9 out of 10.
Really?
So that's really cool, yeah. Phillies are 18-15. Again, going from worst bullpen ever, and you mentioned Workman still gave up some runs. You know what? Them giving up 2 runs is better than the guys that were giving up 6 before. So good for the Phillies, man. They are getting it going. That offense is locked in. Hoskins got off to a slow start. He's starting to roll. McCutchen's starting to roll.
When was the deadline?
The trade deadline?
Yeah. When did they make their trade for Hembry? You think that's an easy...
I would guess a week and a half before the deadline.
Phillies trade. It happened...
The deadline was the 31st, so...
I think it was...
Subtract off of that. Net. PBD thought about it?
August 21st.
So about 9 days before the deadline.
I want to see how good their bullpen's been since they made trades.
I'll let you get lost in that for a little
August 21st, you said?
21st,
On Baseball Reference, that's the official day of the transaction.
Okay. I've got a question for Nats fans.
So they've had 2 weeks, last 14 days. I'll find out how their pitching's been.
Nats fans, reach out. I know your team it's done. It's over. Sorry. You guys won the World Series last year. You don't care. Maybe you guys win 3 in a row and you start quoting last year's record.
Maybe they're getting
excited
for Haskins.
Here's what I'm wondering, dude. Soto and Turner have been killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the two guys you love, and they've been incredible. So has that been, like, fun? Is there entertainment value in that? I don't know. If you're a Nats fan, reach out. Let me know what's going on. Mets are being the Mets. They got some pieces at the deadline. In usual Mets fashion, I expect them to get, like, a little hot right before the end of the season, so we talk about them, and we're like, the Mets are there. And then it falls out, but prove us wrong, Mets. That's Braves keep on rolling, man.
Brandon Workman has been pretty bad. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. His ERA sucks with
Right.
them. He's made 7 outings, 4 of them scoreless, 3 not. Well, that's bad ratio, but whatever. I mean, he hasn't blown games.
Yeah.
I was trying to see how good their bullpen's been since, like, they upgraded it,
Right.
but it hasn't really been that good since.
It's been better, I'll tell you that much,
Well, that was
because they had to by default.
Phelps is probably their best yet.
Phelps's numbers have been special. I haven't gone to watch Phelps this year, but everyone says the spin's up, the numbers are up. I don't know if he can overtake Workman. I mean, he could. It's baseball, but I don't know. Just the fact they added so many arms.
Like Hembry,
Yeah.
he's pitched 5 times and has given up runs in 3 of the outings.
Hey, not bad. Flip a coin.
Hale, I think, is like,
Hailstorm.
who's been their best reliever like in the since the deadline? Tommy Hunter.
Tommy Hunter, I saw he had a couple good appearances. Friend. I was going to see if we could potentially get excited
David Hale, 1 outing, 3 earned runs.
about the Phillies chasing down the Braves. They don't play each other, so the Braves would have to go into a real funk, but they're just controlling that division.
And Phelps, 2 outings, 1 earned run. The Phillies have won 9 out of 10. Their bullpen is all the guys they have, like, no one has been clean.
That's still better.
I know it's still. I went into this hoping I could be like, all the guys they got are working out.
No. I've got even a better spin zone for you. Those guys can still work out even better in their winning games.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
Ooh, Marlins playing. Oh, Marlins are going Rays and Braves and Phillies, so we might find out who these Marlins are.
Quick, yeah. Okay.
They can pitch, though, and I think you're going to hear me talk a lot about pitch in this episode because that's an important part of baseball. Back to you, Jim.
Yeah, and I mentioned that Neil Walker, Jay Bruce, and Kutch had some game-changing RBIs in this series,
Yeah.
but Rhys Hoskins been insane.
Reeser got hot. I'm going to add him to Fuego right now. Bang. That's
Boom.
producing on the fly.
And Baum, the rookie that the Phillies
Yeah.
called up,
He's been
he
playing
had
great.
a really good 4-game set against. I mean, he should be on Fuego too. Add Baum.
That lineup stuff. Okay.
You want to hear his stats now?
Who are they playing?
They were playing the Nationals in a
Playing the
4-game
Nats.
set.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some good pitching.
Nats have quit.
Corbin, Scherzer.
I gave Hoskins a bomb slash.
I mean, he had a 500 batting average in the 4 games.
Yeah.
Baum. Is it Bohm?
It's a bomb.
Alec with a K. Always weirds me out. All right,
Is it
let's
with a K?
C. I meant a
Okay.
K sound. My brain's weird. It's a C.
Oh, I know it, sister.
All right, let's
see
go.
What the
What's happening?
pronunciation key tells me for Bohm. Bomb?
I would guess Bohm.
Doesn't say, and that's obvious because they don't. Baseball Reference doesn't even know. Yeah, I think we've done the East.
Central.
Start it off, kid.
I'll start it off for you, okay?
Please.
Fine. The Cardinals and the team that shall not be named played a 3-game set. St. Louis won game 1, 7-5. Dakota Hudson versus D. Sclafani. One was good, one was bad. DeYoung hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
And then the Cardinals won game 2, 16-2. Sonny Gray finally got 0.26 earned runs. Did not finish the first inning. In that first inning, he got 4 singles, 3 walks, a double. Gross. Archie Bradley was the only pitcher for the team that did not give up earned runs. So good trade. You got Archie Bradley. Unfortunately, everyone else sucks still. And then that team won Game 3. They both scored in the first. They both scored in the second. But only one team scored in the ninth, and that came off a Votto walk-off single. I believe he said he was begging his team to get a hit so he could go eat some fried chicken or something like that. Read the full quote. Anyway, St. Louis takes 2 out of 3. The Cubbies and the Pirates faced off, and it was Lester versus Cool. In Game 1, Lester's turn to have a bad outing for the Cubs starters. He was bad. Happ and Schwarbo both hit home runs, and then Happ had the game-winning RBI in the 11th. Cubbies win in extras. Cubs win Game 2, 8-2. Hendricks was good. He faced Musgrove, who was bad. Cubs won pretty easily, kind of a boring game. And then Pittsburgh did not get swept. They win Game 3, 6-2. Mills versus Brubaker. Mills, 4 earned runs. Cole Tuck, 2 RBIs. Reynolds with 3 RBIs. Milwaukee and the Brewers had 2 games set, and they split it. Fulmer versus Lindblom. 14 hits for the Tigers in Game 1. 12 runs. Victor Reyes had 4 of the hits and 5 of the RBIs. In Game 2, Milwaukee won 8-5. Hauser and Turnbull, they both were bad. They took the lead in the 7th on a Sogard sac fly, and then your old friend, Jace Peterson, sealed the deal with the 2-run shot in the 9th. What else you got in the Central?
I love Jace Peterson. Jimmer Fredette, I got a couple AL matchups for you. Cleveland Indians played the Kansas City Royals. We had a nice pitching matchup in Game 1. Shane Bieber, your leader for the AL Cy Young, versus Keller for the Royals, and they had a pitcher's duel going. It was 1-0 through 7. That one was a Franmil Reyes double. I love Franmil. I'm gonna fluff him up all up. I do anyways. Release the Karkinchak, Jim. Kark, the stud reliever for Cleveland, gets knocked around a little bit. Michael Franco and Bubba Starling with the RBI singles. Kansas City takes Game 1, 2-1, but Cleveland comes back and they take the final 2. 10-1 Zach Plesac's return after they trade his party friend. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run from Plesac. They just do it. Matt Harvey's corpse. He gives up some home runs to Lindor and Franmil. Jose Ramirez hits one later because those other guys are his friends. He's not going to be left out on that. And then 5-0 for the final game. Tristan McKenzie. Just keep calling up. Who's next? Next at the table. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. He was also on sequence with Trevor Plouffe. You gotta watch. He's got a 1.69 ERA and a couple starts. Tyler Naquin has gotten it going for them, Jim. That stretches out their lineup. He had 2 home runs in this game. And a note for the commissioner, this was a 2.5-hour game. How about that? Chicago White Sox versus the Minnesota Twins. Game 1, 8-5 White Sox. The girl from Giolito versus Rich Hill. Honestly, this turned into the Luis Robert show. He hits the game-tying home run and then the game-winning RBI double. This had the Twins, I think this was their 6th straight loss. They bounced back, and they have a couple players bounce back for them. Big Mike Pineda returns off the IL. They stopped the losing streak. Buxton with the game-winning RBI. Keuchel had 5 shutout in this one, Jim. And again, whoa, that's a bad feeling. 8-1 Twins for the finale. They end up winning the series. Josh Donaldson returns, couple hits. Berrios, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Jake Cave, Miguel Sano, and Rosario homer. And Jim, I thought you'd like this about the about the Twins. The first 4 pitchers that the White Sox brought off, they got earned runs against them. So it's like, hey, whoever you got back there, give me them. So, Twins win the series, they bounce back, and their losing streak, and that's what's going on in the Central.
So then the first reliever?
So the starter and the first 3 relievers to come out of the pen, the Twins scored off of them.
In Game 3?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying... I interpret that weird. I interpret it as...
I didn't deliver it great. I'll take partial credit on that.
Interpret it as the first reliever that...
Out of each game
they got. And I was like, that's like every time they went to the bullpen, it was just runs, which is also...
I could double check that, but...
Would have been cool.
No, I just thought that's got to be a good feeling as a team. Like, I don't give a crap who's coming out.
Couple things
What do you got in the Central, Jim?
Well,
tell me.
Ian Happ took a ball to the face.
Yeah.
And he's been their best hitter. But they're saying the X-rays came back negative. And they think he'll be fine, but it bounced off the ground, then hit him right in the face, and he kind of goes to a knee. It's like a
Not ideal.
scary look for our dude, Ian Happ.
Who's been having MVP vote type season. Yeah. Jim, can I tell you something about the Cubs quick? And again, I've been digging for numbers to keep my Yankee sanity, you know?
Yeah.
Cubs were 13-3.
Yeah.
Since then, quick math, I had it and I lost it. They're now 22-15. So what's that? That's 12 in the loss column. They're 9-12 since then.
Nice.
So the
Yankees are like 3-10.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, if you stretch out the timeline, you start having fun with numbers. But the Cubs, second best team in the NL, they're coming for the Dodgers' neck. They've hit a rough patch. They've got a big series with St. Louis this weekend. Can St. Louis reel them in a little bit and make the Central competitive?
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
In the NL, Cubs are first place and the Cardinals are in second place, so there's that series. And the Brewers are a game out, but the NL Central isn't providing a wild card as we speak.
Currently.
Very, very, very close. The Brewers are half a game out of the second wild card spot, the 8th seed. And in the AL, they're providing 3. I mean, and Cleveland takes first place. They have sole possession right now due to winning percentage. They're 1 game ahead in the loss column. White Sox are in second place, and the Twins stay in third. They win the series, but they stay in third place. I mean, that's going to be such a shit show. Pretty excited.
How about the Tigers? 17-17. They just keep. Let me check out the Tigers schedule. Let's turn it up to 10. Okay, they got the Twins. Hey, it looks like it's 5. Tigers Twins are playing 5.
There's 20 games being played today.
Yeah.
Pre-game show is going to be a mess.
It's the first time that's happened since the last 73.
Nice.
Maybe. Someone tweeted it out. I think Spader, the guy that was tweeting about Clevenger. But, hey, I'll tell you what. Tigers fans are probably saying, let me do the math. They're 3 games back of the Twins. We got a 5-game set.
They're 2 games out of the wild card.
Let's go catch them. Twins are saying, hey, we got to get back on top of first place. Let's win all 5 games.
Fuck it. Mark that as a series to watch.
Yeah, it's interesting.
If it's 5 set. If the Tigers can take 3, that's a rumble in the standings.
I think it's going to be So they're playing 2 today. Dude, if Detroit can win the first game.
It puts a lot of pressure on the Twins.
Those early times.
What
are they talking about? What else, Jim?
It's a whiskey. Brought to you by. I don't know. Pineda comes back, and I like that. He pitched.
Yeah.
Twins fans got to feel good.
Again, a lot of Yankee coping for myself this episode. Every injury this season means that your guys have to come back and get it going pretty quick. They get Donaldson and Pineda back this series. Those can be 2 really big pieces. Pineda
went 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and only threw 80 pitches. And he gave up the 2 runs in the first inning, I believe, and then was silent the rest of the way. Second inning, 1-2-3. Third inning, 1-2-3. Fourth inning, 1-2-3. Fifth inning, he got 2 quick outs. Then he loaded the bases, single walk, but then got out of it. Jose Abreu grounded out. And it was the White Sox lineup. So
yeah, dude.
If I'm a Twins fan, I feel happy about that, and I hope that can continue because Pineda has the talent to shut down a team on any night. It's just, can he put it together?
And that was the game to stop the losing streak. And again, think about that at bat. Keuchel was scoreless through 5. So you're in a 6-game loser. Keuchel's scoreless, and then you've got Big Mike in his first game back with the bases loaded to Jose Abreu. Like, your season feels like it's teetering in the balance.
I want to go watch that at bat.
Yeah, me too. So Twins, yeah, get it going, man. Tiger series, how about that? Cleveland, man, it's
his first pitch. Abreu swung at the first pitch and grounded out to first.
Tough. Man, I think this Cleveland team needs more love. I don't know if it's necessarily more World Series love, because I don't think they've been getting any of that. But the Cleveland's kind of become a joke, right? Like, they trade away Bauer, they trade away Clevenger. They're first in an AL Central that's been arguably the best division in baseball. And, dude, I don't know what it is. And a lot of these guys are talented. Like, McKenzie's a legit prospect, and he's been on sequence with Trevor Plouffe. Dude, whatever they're doing, it works. Every given day, they have a starting pitcher that can win a game. And we're talking about the Indians, or we're talking about the Twins, 6-game losing streak. We're talking about the Yankees, who went on a 7-game losing streak. Every team is basically going on these streaks, except Cleveland. Guess why? Because every day they bring a horse on the hill that can give you 6 shutout. So, Cleveland, there's your love.
There it is. I mean, the pitching is crazy.
The game they lost this series was Shane Bieber, who went 6 innings, 1-hit shutout. Karkinchak gave it up, who's also been a stud.
Who's Cleveland play next?
They're playing the Brewers, 3 against the Brew Crew in Cleveland. Okay.
I forgot how funny Pineda is.
Big money.
Like, God put his body together wrong. His legs are just too big for his body.
Long.
So it's a little nubber that Abreu hits. But watch Pineda go to field it.
Oh.
He's
around. He's around, yeah.
It's like, I'm here to help.
That wasn't a great pitch either.
No, it was 84
I think
right
Jose Abreu could put that in the seats. And dude, like that's the other thing that's getting me in this compact season. Like these 1 game, 1 pitches that we'd normally shrug at and be like, is now it feels like these game-changing moments where J Happ throwing a slider to Marisnik. Okay, Jake, enough Yankees. Nobody gives a crap. Hell, you don't give a crap. You do. You do. It's your life.
How you doing?
Who is talking to each other there?
I don't know. I want to see the Indians pitching game log. Like, what's their
starting pitching game log?
Yeah.
I mean, off the top of my head, Bieber 6 innings shutout, Plesac 6 innings 1 earned run, McKenzie 6 innings 0 earned runs. I'm not sure about the Cardinal series. They got knocked around in 1 game, but the 2 before that they didn't. I mean, they're filthy. They're stupid.
They don't have just the starting number. What's a website that has like
starting pitcher game log stats?
Yeah, I have the pitching game log stats, but it's the full bullpen as well. I just want the starters lines every game so I can scroll down and see it. It's got to be a website that does that.
If not, one of you geeks figure it out. Sorry. I'm deflecting. Shane Bieber, 8 starts, 1.2 ERA. Savale, 7 starts, 3.72. Carrasco, 7 starts, 3.75. Plesac, 4, 1.33. And now our guy Tristan McKenzie, 3 with a 1.69. So it's just silly.
All right, check this out.
It's just silly, dude.
Want to hear, what do you think the Cleveland Indians starting pitcher ERA is? 216 innings pitched, 37 games.
37 games, quick math.
216 innings pitched.
Plutko, the only guy bringing it down. I'm going to go like 295.
287.
That's why. Again, I didn't have that number, and I'm glad you got it, research team JOMBOY. But that's why it's like, dude, we need to talk Indians more. You can't have a losing streak when your starting pitchers are doing that.
That's crazy. What's the next best starting pitching team? I want to do just to compare it real quick.
I mean, like the team that comes up is the 4th place team in the NL Central, but I don't know.
Okay, just give me a team to do.
The 4th place team in the NL Central.
Oh, okay.
We don't speak of their name anymore.
They have a 3.97 ERA as starters. Like, would you?
I'm trying to who else even competes?
Dodgers?
You'd think so, right?
Dodgers have a 3.14. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good. And what's their record again? We'll talk about it soon.
29 and 10.
29 and 10.
Tampa Bay Rays, do they have good starting?
They're just kind of good at everything.
They have a 3.52. The A's aren't going to have good here, right?
The Cleveland Indians.
The A's aren't going to have good. They Fires and
the Cleveland Indians have the 2nd best record in the American League.
Yeah, the A's are 4.84. The A's have been bad starting. I mean, they might be picking it up, but Fires and Manaea had some tough starts, and Montes has had some tough starts.
You have the best starting pitching in baseball. You're going to be really good, and that's Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You think Dodgers are second at 3.14?
I would guess so.
Yeah,
I would guess so.
2.87 ERA.
Stupid.
Really, really crazy.
That's like an unbelievable bullpen ERA.
Their bullpen ERA is the same.
They can pitch, man. Do that, you win baseball
Their bullpen
games.
ERA was 2.97.
God, so is their team ERA under 3?
It would seem that way.
Their team ERA is 2.74.
Jesus.
If you score 3 runs, you got a chance to win. And Cleveland's really good.
Remember when Trev was trying to say that they weren't?
He's such a loser. Oh, I'm wealthy and handsome. A beautiful family. He bugs, Trevor. Tyler Naquin.
The Dodgers, their team ERA is 2.67.
Also.
But their starter ERA is a little higher.
Also good.
So their bullpen really helps them out.
Yeah.
And then Oakland has the third, but their bullpen also helps them out because their starting ERA was 5.
Yeah.
Add up.
Tyler Naquin has gotten it going for the Indians on offense, Jim. I don't have him in Fuego, but his OPS is up to 882. They were looking for anything from the outfield. So, dude, now with him going, that's made their lineup longer. They're really good. All right.
Someone said, what about Philly? And that's a good question because their starters were good, but I think Arrieta's got blowed up recently. Maybe I'm wrong. 3.93, so no. I mean,
good.
That's
really good.
That's good. That's really good.
It's really
if
good.
It's under 4, that's good, but it's not comparative to 2.87 from the Indians. Jesus. All right, moving on. Jake, what's going on the West Coast?
In the left coast, Jimbo, Arizona, the dying Diamondbacks faced the Dodgers, and they got swept, and that's obvious. Arias, we're talking starting pitching, 6 innings pitch, 1 earned run. 6 innings pitch is a new 8 innings pitch. 6 innings pitch, 1 earned run. No Dodger home runs. That's all they've been doing. Arizona hits 2. Don't care. Chris Taylor gang, 4 RBIs. The second game is 3-2 Dodgers. Buehler versus Zach Gallen. That's a pitching matchup, people. Big Zach Gallen pod. It's 1-0 in the ninth. Arizona's going to win. Mookie goes solo dong. Ken Lee has an walks in a run, but L.A. walks it off. Will Smith gets jiggy with it. Get it? 5-1 Dodgers in the last game. Kershaw, 2,500 Ks. If it's tough to say, that means it's impressive. 6 innings pitch shutout. His ERA is down to 1.5, Jim. A.J. Pollock with a homer. How about that? Every other run was on singles or outs. San Diego, they had a reach-around W against Colorado on Monday. They go and they face the Angels for a 2-game set. They win the first one 11-4. They pull a 9th green at 9, but it's 8 runs in the 8th. Lamet and Teheran started this one. Trout and Profar homered early. Hosmer with the nightcap to end that 8th inning. 11-4 Padres. And then Andrew Heaney. You'll hear about him a little later. They win 2-0 shutout. 7 shutout from Heaney. Andrelton Simmons and Justin Upton have the RBI singles. So Mike Trout says, what the hell? Why don't we do this more? Texas plays Houston, and Texas takes game 1 in 10 innings. They go up 3-0 early. Houston rallies back. Elvis hits a home run off Presley. Balk, walk, error, and extras for Houston. That's ugly. Texas wins 6-5. But then Houston, they win the final 2. Brantley hits a 2-run homer in the first, and that's the difference maker. Javier has been shoving 6.2, 1 earned run. Colby Allard had a nice game too. Kiner Falefa tank job, 342. Doesn't matter. Houston wins. And then Greinke, Lynn, a really fun pitching matchup, but 4 in the first by Houston, fueled by an Almeides Diaz 3-run homer. Maldonado and Chu homered later. Greinke settled in, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 9 Ks. The final series, because Oakland and Seattle got COVIDed it out. San Francisco, it's a 2-gamer. Like I mentioned, Colorado lost the reach around to the Pods. 23-5, Jim. Niners beat the Broncos. A. Dick got huge, 5 for 6, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. Donnie Barrels, 4 for 6, 6 RBIs. Brandon Crawford, 6 RBIs. John Gray started this game. Him and Jairo Diaz had 2 woof. Your season is screwed ERA-wise. 23 runs. Colorado, they're down 6-1 the next day. That's a bad feeling. They fight back, Jim. They win 6-9. The H's, Hampson and Hilliard, your boys, they each homer. Kevin Pillar, welcome to the team. The big 2 RBI triple to give them the lead. So Rocks end up splitting after getting destroyed, and that's what's going on in the West.
Thank you very much, young Jake.
No problem, man.
In the middle, it sounded like you said a dick got huge.
A Dick got huge, 5 for 6. He just missed his 4th home run, but it was off Drew Butera, so... The Giants don't get credit for their runs, kind of. You're a big no runs after 10 runs count guy.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Drew Butera pitched 1.2.
So many. We had like comments on the breakdown video that was like, "Well, you're really not going to break down the 23 to whatever game?" Like, what the hell do you expect that video to look like? They scored a run. Scored another run.
Here's another
run. But yeah, once you're up 10-0 and the other team punts, no one cares.
Stats up 10 runs shouldn't count. Like if it's a 15-5.
You can count. You can count stats, but I'm just not going to like.
We're not impressed.
I'm not impressed by it. Yes,
right. That's fair. Alex Dickerson, his stats were, like record book type.
So I'm
stuff
pissed because our bet that I agreed with you on,
right,
in JOMBOY and Jake Radio, our daily show, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we lost.
Yeah.
Well, you took the Padres over Angels and Haney, right?
I don't really know. Wasn't it West for Central or something?
No. In JOMBOY Jake Radio.
Oh.
You said that you took the Padres. You said there's no way the Padres lose to the Angels. And I said Haney's been good. And then we were like, but the Padres are good.
Don't remember, but tune in.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, no, that was the bet.
Yeah. That was the exact conversation. So we lost. God damn it, Jake. You blew it.
Yep. You also blew it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have agreed with you. Anyway, good job by the Diamondbacks.
Kinda.
Well, if you bad, lose.
Good job by the Dodgers, I'd say.
Both teams.
That would be my spin.
Both teams.
That would be my spin zone.
Bad
Hot
job.
take, Jake.
Bad job by the Angels.
Yeah.
Let the Padres win.
You split 2. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's fine. Houston, they're coming. I like that. Lance
Lynn. They've been playing well.
Houston's got nothing to play for. What are they doing?
Houston or Texas?
I mean Texas. Same place. You think they should opt out?
Not the same place. Should Texas opt out?
No. Do you think players will start opting out? Do you think anyone will?
I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet. I think it's because you can still cook the numbers and make it look tight. Like the NL, everyone's still pretty much in it. The AL, like that's what I'm saying with Trouty. I mean, Trout's got a new kid. Your team stinks. You're mad that Heaney and Andrelton, Simmons, and Upton played well. So, I don't know. And by the way, Houston, they started out 7-10, and now they are 21-5. So quick math, that's 14-5. It's pretty good.
14-5.
14-5 in their last 19.
That's pretty good. How'd Greinke pitch? The best ever?
He bounced back. In the game, he gave up an early run or 2 as well, but 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 9 Ks. So he's punching them.
So we have the Rockies are in it. The Rockies are currently the 8 seed. Rockies Dodgers, round 1.
Yeah.
The Padres are the 2 seed, all that. And then it's Oakland and the Astros. Mariners, Rangers, Angels, you're not doing anything. You're not. Yeah. I mean, they're not even close, right?
No.
Yeah, they're not even close to the wild card. They're out.
Giants half game back of the Rocks. NL slog.
Houston is 2 games back behind the A's.
Yeah.
Do they play each other soon?
They're sneaking up. I don't know if they do.
I know before COVID,
they've got one more. They're playing 5. I believe they're playing 5 in Oakland. It looks like Houston gets 1 home game.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. That'll decide the NL West.
Yeah. 5 set. That's awesome. Okay, I'm excited for that. Do you have anything else?
Anything else in the West Coast? San Fran and Colorado feels like someone's going to potentially back in to the playoffs.
I mean, the Dodgers
are just really good. I mean, again, we're talking about starting pitching lines. Arias, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Buehler, I think he gives up 1, and Kershaw doesn't give up any. So, spoiler, if you pitch really well, you win games.
What about Clev? Excited for him?
Teaser.
Think he looked good in the Padres?
I'm excited for Clev. I think that's part of the new series. But, yeah, that was this game, excuse me. 2 earned runs. That's fine. It's normally a really good performance. If the Padres lineup does what they normally do, that's good.
It's good. All right.
Imagine being a Padres fan that you're just locked into your pods, or maybe you're a casual fan, but you've been tuning in more lately because they're being fun, and then you see Mike Clevenger on the mound. Hair flying, just spasms everywhere.
Some older
dancing.
Padres fans that don't pay attention.
You got to be shook.
Oh. Where'd this guy come from?
Is he all right?
I think I like him.
I don't know.
Clev is so weird on the mound.
It's bizarre. It's a weird watch. He's tap dancing out there.
It's really weird. All right, let's move on. We're going to move on to awards and standouts and all of that. But first, I have to tell you about a sponsor that helps us out. I'm going to play some funky music underneath this. You ready? With football right around the corner, there is no better place to get in on all the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. To celebrate the return of football, DraftKings is giving all users a no-brainer to start the season. So listen up, because you don't want to miss this. Have you ever heard of a football team losing by 100 points? Well, for Week 1, DraftKings is ensuring that even if Kansas City were to lose in historic fashion, you would still cash your bet. That's right, DraftKings Sportsbook has moved the spread to Kansas City plus 101 points for all users. So, even if Kansas City loses by 100 points, you will still win big with DraftKings Sportsbook. That's a no-brainer. On top of that amazing offer, DraftKings is giving away up to $100 million in prizes to all users who enter the free Football Survivor Pool. All you have to do is sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook, enter the Survivor Pool, and you'll instantly get a share of up to $100 million in giveaways. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY to take advantage of this no-brainer of an offer. That's right. Promo code JOMBOY to get in on all of the action for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey only. Other terms and conditions and restrictions apply. It's my favorite sentence to read. Other terms and conditions and restrictions apply. It's like a...
Other stuff.
See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. No, it just rolls off the tongue real nicely. Other terms and conditions and restrictions apply. It's like a 90s, like a 1980s rap song. Rapper's Delight.
Apply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standout performance. Jake, who's your standout performance?
It's you first.
I did a little tricky one.
You did.
And
it's fine. Permission granted.
Okay, because sometimes you get upset when I do these.
Fully permission granted.
Duvall and Ozuna for the Braves.
Yeah.
They both hit 4 home runs each.
Yeah.
But they each had a game with 3 home runs. The first time teammates have had back-to-back games with 3 home runs.
You giving mini asterisk for the Red Sox or no?
No, 3 home runs is 3 home runs. Like, first time ever in the history of baseball. There's been a lot of bad teams with a lot of bad pitching.
Right.
No one's ever done it before.
Done what?
Teammates hitting 3 home runs in back-to-back games.
I think it's the first time since Ruth and Gehrig.
Ruth and Gehrig did it on back-to-back days, but there was 2 games in between the games that happened.
Days.
Because it was doubleheader. They did it the first leg of day 1, the second leg of day 2.
How about that?
So this is the first time in the history of baseball.
That's why you come here, people.
Back-to-back games. 3 home runs. Norm Shaver says it's really impressive. It is really impressive from Boston's perspective as well. They're so bad.
Yeah.
I know that we don't care anymore. It's like kind of like whatever because they're bad. But like
we don't care about the team that was pitching to Ruth and Gehrig.
No, Gehrig.
As the history book goes down.
Kyle Hart, feel bad for him. 19 earned runs in 11 innings.
Yeah, not great, Bob.
No, that's really cool. And I think Ozuna's like a madman.
Yeah.
Like he's just is he the most fun haver?
We've gotten to watch him for 4 Yankees-Braves games.
He steps into the
he's
box
having a
smiling.
blast.
Talks to everyone.
And I owe him an apology, man. I was worried that he wasn't going to be able to replace Donaldson. He has done that and so much more. He's been great.
Also on JOMBOY and Jake Radio, bet of the day, you chose the Braves over the Red Sox in the game after Ozuna, and I did a dumb Jimmy brain like, well, did Ozuna have majority of the RBIs? Okay, because then someone else will do it for the Braves the next day, and Duvall stepped to the plate.
Look at that. Red Sox pitching stepped to the mound too.
Yeah, there's bad.
Weren't facing Cleveland.
No, but it's impressive, and it's never happened in baseball before. So good job,
Peter Moylan, my best friend.
Yeah. Peyton Marlin.
Sent him a picture of my butt yesterday.
You did?
So we're there.
Why?
We're there. He said, you guys okay over there? Like asking about the Yankees.
Oh, okay.
And I was in bed naked, so I sent him a picture of my butt.
You sleeping naked these days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too hot.
You have AC, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, we got to clean the filters out of these ACs. We did that at my apartment, and they're just instantly like 10 degrees colder.
Yeah. And I think our breathing will be better. Every time I step out of the office, I'm like, oh.
Yes, same thing happened in my apartment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I sent him that. He said, brilliant. He says, I get to interview Never Quit for SNIT tomorrow. Anything you want to know? I sent 3 questions.
Okay.
Because I am a common bridge troll.
Yeah.
1, does he think Dansby was trying to be intentionally sexy when he was laying on second base the other night?
That's a great question.
2, is Max Fried the best left-handed starting pitcher in baseball? Because that came across our voicemail app.
Yeah.
3, what's helped Marcell Ozuna tap into his monster 2017 type numbers? And he said, I'm stealing the last 2 questions. So, and then he asked me a question, which is like, dude, we're best friends.
What did he ask you?
You do stuff for the Braves.
What's...
He says, I've always believed spring training was too long. You think the lack of fundamentals being shown is due to that or true MLB players? He says, baseball is fun right now, but it's not clean.
I think it's spring training. I think all those drills that players act like they don't need.
Right.
Like the base running this year has been atrocious across the board.
Yeah. I said I do think that's a part of it. I also think expanded rosters times injuries. Now we've got
exhaustion.
We've got 3 more guys on rosters than we normally do who are less quality players. And then you'd add more injuries. And I mean, on a given time, you're going to have 5, 6, 7 guys who normally wouldn't be on the field. So I do think there's a mix of things going on.
And exhaustion. They're playing a lot of games. What are some other top lefty pitchers? That's a good question. Like Kershaw's having a great year.
Clayton Kershaw's pretty good. Didn't we do this on the voicemail app? Go listen and check it out.
Okay. What's your standout performance?
My standout performance, Jim. Brought to you by me. It's just me out there. Jim, I'm going with Mike Brasso.
Ooh. That's good.
We had front row seats for this. And it was the talk of baseball for a couple days. Mentioned baseball was hot in the streets. Aroldis Chapman throws a ball at his dome, and baseball goes nuts for a 24-hour cycle, which is cool. Baseball hadn't had a lot of that in previous years, but for the wrong reasons. You can't throw at a guy's head. We did a bunch of this. I think we did it on the voicemail app as well, so go listen to that. Mike Brasso comes back the next day, and he hits 2 home runs. 1 in the first inning, first at bat. And And then I think his second at bat too, or maybe his third. Either way, he hits 2 home runs. That's the best way to get revenge after Cash has the bad quote and, Chapman looks bad and these teams are throwing each other. Yanks are getting dominated by the Rays this year. Brasso on the season, 327 batting average, 379 on base, a 1.072 OPS. And you're saying Mike Brasso, and that's not being rude to you guys as a fan. It's tough to keep up with any other baseball team, but especially the Rays that have a bunch of these platoon guys. And so I got into the stats a little bit. He deserved it for his standout performance. I mean, literally the best revenge you can have is coming back the next day and dropping dick with 2 yabos. You might not know the names, guys, but the Rays have hitters. Versus lefties, Brasso has a 1.2 OPS. Brandon Lau has a 1.1. Willie Adames has a 1.0. Sasugo has an 8.5. They don't even play him because they don't need to. Araz Narena, who they just called up, is supposed to be really good against lefties. So again, not guys you necessarily know, but against lefties, those are MVP caliber type hitters. Against righties, Willie Adames doing it from both sides this year. Good for Willie. Austin Meadows off to a bad start, still has a 9 OPS versus righties. Brandon Lau, 8 OPS. Yandy, 8. Kevin Kiermaier, 8. So the Rays have this switchy team. They don't care where they're hitting. They don't care who's starting that day. That, man, however they stack their lineup, you're going to have a tough matchup. And it's not names you necessarily recognize, but it's guys who mash on the field. So shout out to Mike Brasso for coming back and having a 2-homer day after getting thrown at. And shout out to the Rays for being the second best team in baseball.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Brasso handled that whole thing with class. I thought it was really good.
He's going to be so good on the Sox.
KD says on the voicemail episode we never discussed Ryu, who's shoving right now.
Yeah.
But his first 2 starts were bad, but since then he's been really good.
He's been good.
Fried versus Kershaw, I just brought up the numbers. It's kind of fun. Kershaw's a lower ERA, 2 less games. Kershaw's only 32 years old. Talk about him like he's 38. You talk about Kershaw like he's 36 to 40. He's 32 years old. I mean, I know he's got a lot of miles on his arm. He's got much better strikeout than Fried. And much better whip. Fried walks a lot of guys, but Fried hasn't given up a home run yet. Kershaw's given up 5. Very interesting.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Let's keep
it going.
On.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby.
Like Wago.
Jake, you got some hot guys?
I got some hot guys for your hot times, man. I'll start off with the pitchers. The first guy, I thought this was funny. You put one name in the sheet, and deservedly so for the Fuego. Because I've been him. Do you want to rotate on that? I feel like last year we used to flip-flop.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of the Fuegos.
Yeah. You get to the sheet first, so you always do Fuego, so then I do Slump Watch.
Okay. You want me to do Slump Watch next week?
I don't care.
Okay. Aaron Nola, the brother of Austin, who got traded, having a crazy year. 2.2 WAR, a 2.45 ERA. Part of that Philly staff. He has another 8-inning shutout, 9 Ks. My goodness. Zach Gallen, people. Learn who Zach Gallen is, because he's one of the best young pitchers in baseball. People are comparing his first certain amount of starts to other guys. Sucks that the D-backs suck this year, but Zach Gallen is a name you have to know in baseball. I threw Heaney in there. He's had 2 good starts. And then Glass now, man. He got off to an atrocious start. They slid him over on the mound. Who knows if it's mental or something to his pitches. But since then, 30 Ks, 6 walks, 6-1. 6-1
nice.
Strikeout ratio. And then there's the names you can always put on there, Bieber, DeGrom. Jim, let me go to the hitters because we got a fun list this week.
Please do.
Can I talk about my guy, Franmil Reyes? Jim, he's the second biggest person I've seen on a baseball field as a hitter.
Okay.
He goes 10 for 13. He's hitting 336 on the year.
It's good.
A guy that size ain't supposed to do that. He's got a 962 OPS. And And I wouldn't be shocked if that goes up and the batting average goes down because he's a powerful dude. Brad Miller with a 3-homer series. He's on the Cardinals now. He's might have been on your team. He's bounced around a lot. Jim, he's been playing really well, and he's an important part of that team. We said St. Louis needs bats. The pitching just always kind of ends up for them. He's killing it for them. Hoskins and Bohm. They were late ads if you were listening early in the show for the Phillies. They both had big series. Hoskins with the power, Bohm with the contact. Bam! Michael Brantley's getting it going for Houston, Jim. 6 for 12, 9 RBI, led MLB over the past 4 days. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 8 for 16, 2 homers.
The Toronto nepotisms.
He, with Teoscar Hernandez doing what he's doing, if Lourdes gets it going, I mean, that lineup starts getting silly. Like, they start Padres, White Sox, fun lineup type stuff. Slick, Willie, Jim, I'll let you go. I also wrote always Trey Turner at the bottom.
Yeah, I put Adames in there. He's been really, really good,
Great
man.
year.
Willie Adames on the Rays. In his last 4 games, he's got a .611 on-base percentage, .588 batting average. In his last 22 games, it's a good sample size. That's 440 on-base percentage, .373 batting average with 5 home runs. And then Brandon Belt. We got yelled at for not talking about the Giants because you always say if you win, we'll talk about you, and the Giants have been winning a lot.
Yeah.
Last 16 games, Belt has a .500 batting average.
Like that.
I mean, that's
good.
2 weeks hitting .500.
Yeah.
That's like really crazy. .571 on base percentage.
Yeah. Final note, I'll touch on Adames there, Jim. I mean, he came up and he was a decent prospect. He hit 20 homers last year. It is what it is. But if you remember, Wander Franco is the #1 prospect in baseball who's a shortstop, 20 years old, and people were wondering, like, hey, if the Rays are in this mix, will they give him the call? Willie has ended that conversation, and because the Rays weren't going to do it because of service time, you're not going to call him up yet. But they also don't need to.
They don't need to. Speaking of the Giants,
yeah,
they have 4 against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
and then 2 against Seattle. Have a good little Friday through Tuesday here, Giants, because you're half game out of that 8th seed. Then you have to face the Padres,
right?
And after that, you have to face Oakland and Colorado. But let's make that Colorado Giants series fun.
Separate. You want to get ahead of Colorado before that Rocky series.
Yeah.
Hot take, Jake. Again.
No, but like
you have the very easy.
I don't think that's that hot because I think some Giants fans are like, just keep it within striking distance.
Right.
No, you need to
get ahead.
You need to get ahead of them by that. But they can
get ahead.
They're a half game behind Colorado right now. Who's Colorado play?
My Rocks.
But see, are we not rooting for the Giants because we don't think that they're an interesting playoff team? Is that mean?
No, I think they're still.
Ooh, Colorado's playing the Dodgers and the Padres. Could be a big fight. Giants, you got to win. Giants, you have to
swing.
You got to go Bryce Harper mode. Win 9 out of 10.
Swing it. No, I think you can root the Giants because we're a big Gabe Kapler company, going for manager of the year, and then I don't know. Again, that's supposed to be a fun part of this season. Like, play the Dodgers in a 3-game set and give them a scare with Johnny Cueto 7-inning shutout in Game 1.
Do it.
You know?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. You want to go to race to 20?
I think we should do the race for 20, Jim. And if you remember, and I know the fans remember.
Do you have the sheet?
The Roosevelt race for 20. We partnered with Roosevelt's RSVLTS.com/JOMBOY. Go check it out. We wear their stuff every day, if not every other day. And we really like them, and they really like us. And we placed a bet. Vegas said, hey, will anyone in baseball hit 20 home runs this year? We said, yeah, it's a layup. And we've been saying that. It's getting a little tight.
It's getting scary.
It's getting tight, Jim Buck, too.
We have 5 guys tied with 13 home runs. Nelson Cruz.
5 guys tied up. Sounds like BBD's basement.
Ooh. Teoscar Hernandez, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Say that again?
Fernando Tatis Jr.
People like calling him Nando. Do you like that?
No, but I like that people like it.
Okay.
Someone said it, and I was like, that's not real.
It's not for you.
And then I heard like announcers say
Nando.
Mike Trout and Luke Voigt. Those are their top 5. Do you have the on pace for?
I do.
Is it up to date?
I believe so.
Is someone doing that for us?
Yes.
Shout him out.
I gave him a shout out last time.
Shout him out every time. That's so nice of him.
We'll see. My only question mark is if he's doing the games remaining right. I think he is. It's my guy, Nate Borman. Thanks, Nate. I gave him promo code for some shirts.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Oh, you better be up to date then, Nate.
Yeah, Nate. I think he's got the games remaining.
Don't fuck us over, Nate.
Just seriously don't, dude. That'd be bad. Jim, currently, I think we only have 5 guys who are on pace.
Yeah, it's getting very scary.
Okay, there's a couple half points. Because Ozuna and Tatis are on the nose for 20 right now.
Okay.
But above 20, Nelson Cruz is still on it. Trout, Voit, and Teoscar Hernandez. And, again, this guy has been my safety in this. Juan Soto. Soto has 11 home runs in 27 games. He's still on pace for 24.
How many games have the Nats played?
Well, they had a big COVID break, if
I
you
know,
remember.
but still.
So the Nationals
They've played 35 games.
record 12 and 23. So that's not right. Or that is right. 35? What'd you say?
35.
35.
I mean,
I thought it was 25.
if I'm
sorry.
math right,
Yeah.
you can't.
I apologize.
Come
I
on.
already
Okay,
apologized.
thank you.
I already apologized. So Soto missed a bunch, is what it was.
Yeah. So I'm saying I
Soto
don't think
missed
he's
a
on
bunch
pace.
because of COVID. I think he is.
Well,
In the games he's playing.
that doesn't count. That's the whole reason we made the ranking.
Right.
So the whole reason we made the sheet was because that didn't count.
Well, that's why I didn't want to shout him out, Jim. And now Borman looks like an asshole. Because of you.
Soto's got 11 in 35 games. So, what's that? 35 divided by 11 times 60. He's on pace for 190 home runs.
We got it. But I think the part that gets confusing, like he didn't miss. It's got 11 in 27 games. How many games do they have left? 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just got to replicate it.
I think I have him on pace to hit 22.
Nice.
So yeah,
I don't know what
man.
the number is on the sheet.
Step off.
What's the number on the sheet?
Step off. 22. So that's the Roosevelt's race to 20. Go check out Roosevelt's rsvlts.com/JOMBOY. We're like on the page. We're on the website and stuff. Ooh, you know what that means.
I only put 4 guys on here, and last week it was.
I think we cut down on Slump Watch. It's sad.
Well, people need to know who's struggling,
It's true.
and sometimes we motivate them to get off. We've seen a lot of shame to flames recently.
It's true.
Randall Grichuk, that fuck.
Yeah.
We say that lovingly.
Endearingly.
He crushes the Yankees.
Endearingly.
And his last 4, he's 0 for 16 with 2 walks. He was really hot
He's
before
waiting for
this.
the Yankees. He knows he's got 10 with the Yankees.
Dude, let's get him on the show before the Yankee
Okay.
series and just say, like, cool
DVD.
it out. Can you, yeah,
Add it to the notes.
email and see if we can get him on the show. So, cut the shit. Whit Merrifield.
Whit.
Everyone was saying he was going to get traded.
Yeah,
He's sad.
Bummed.
0 for 12
Yeah.
versus Cleveland this week. Then 0 for 5 in the 1 game versus Chicago. In his last 7, he's got a 103 batting average, 188 on base percentage. Not good. Cole Calhoun, 0 for his last 16.
Swole Calhoun. Another quit situation.
Just quit.
Diamondbacks. They have.
Yeah. Brandon Lau.
You should be giving Cole Calhoun love. You were happy about the D-backs losing.
That is true. Good job, Cole. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brandon Lau. Didn't
Yeah.
you say he was in the MVP race at some point?
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
He kind of, dude, the AL MVP is a whole thing right now.
Give it to Glass now. Give it to Ryu.
It's like Bieber might double up at this point. Like, unless a hitter figures it out. Otherwise, it's
I was thinking just the East Coast. Give it to, there's Bieber.
like the hitters. It's like Robert, like Lau.
Well, Lau's been pretty bad. His last 7, he only has 2 hits, last 7 games. In his last 14 games, he's got a 146 batting average, 305 on base percentage. So he was really hot, and he's tapered off. Those are the only 4 I got.
They're good. Hopefully.
It wasn't that bad. There were some others, but we're getting to the point where there's a lot of guys I truly don't care about. Abe said that Witt doesn't deserve this.
Wow.
There wasn't a lot of offers, and so I do that.
Future trade deadline discussion piece. Whit Merrifield.
2020 American League MVP odds.
Okay, here we go.
It's
Updated?
Shane Bieber's leading. September 1st. Shane Bieber is the current favorite. Then Nelson Cruz. Then Trout. Then Jose Abreu. Then Lau. Then Rendon. We're 3 days away. This is from September 1st, so September 4th. But that's what it was.
Yeah.
Look where Nelson Cruz was up there.
It's a good chart.
And then he came all the way into...
It's a prime chart.
It's a good
I
chart,
like
right? Yeah.
That chart also basically just says, like, it's a mess right now.
Yeah, you should have seen the Rookie of the Year one I was looking at the other day for the voicemail episode.
I did.
That chart was like...
That's another good chart.
Yeah. All right. Awards. I'm giving out the Righteous Award.
Righteous. Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is making me worried about my award, but go on.
I don't think you have to worry.
Okay.
Trev brought this up on a pregame show, and I want to talk about it. And, if you're righteous, you can say, you're doing the work of God. You're morally right. You're justified. You're righteous.
Yeah.
And lefties are the spawn of the devil.
Ooh.
And everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And
facts only.
God hates lefties.
Yes.
You know who else hates lefties?
Yeah.
Or maybe they love them. The White Sox. The White Sox are crushing lefties.
Yes, sir.
They are now 12-0
Yeah.
against lefties. How nuts is that?
It's nuts, Jamalama Ding Dong.
12-0. Where was the numbers I had? Because they had like crazy splits versus lefties.
Yeah.
And then I think they just went up after beating. So versus left-handed starting pitchers,
Yeah.
they're 12-0. Let's just do lefties in total.
In general.
954 OPS as a team.
Yeah.
A 303 batting average as a team versus left-handed pitchers. But like 12-0 is crazy.
Can I stumbled into something today, Jim, on Wake and Jake because I made Luis Robert my bro of the night because I think he's in the MVP discussion, which is nuts. Do you know where he bats in their lineup versus lefties?
Luis Robert, lefties. Abreu's ahead of him. Probably Anderson, Jimenez, Edwin. They probably bat ahead of him just because of 6th?
7th.
Oh.
Last night it was Anderson, Eloy, Grandal, Abreu, Edwin, Moncada, Robert. So I think they do break it up with the switch guys.
Mm-hmm.
Which, little baseball there. Moncada and Grandal switch hitters. But Jimmy, 7-hole Luis Robert? Who's been hitting 7th for your Yanks lately?
Gary, he's bad. Yeah, it's a little bit like Glaber in 2018.
A little bit. I like that.
Where everyone was saying, move him up. And the Yankees were like, nah.
Yeah.
He's a rookie, and he's playing out of his mind right now, and we're just going to let him do his thing from the bottom of the lineup. A lot of those names, you understand.
Yes.
You understand why it's happening. They're stacked, dude. They have a great lineup.
White Sox Twitter has to be running hot, though. Because, Edwin's hitting 173 still. Grandal's batting average is low. The on base is high. White Sox Twitter has to be bugging a little bit.
The Yankees did this with Glaber's rookie year when they moved him up to 3-4. He pressed so hard.
Yeah.
And then they moved him back down. So, every case is different, but I think, you handle rookies with a little more careful.
I'm going to be team bring him up. Bat him 2. You move Eloy to 5, and you slide Edwin to 7.
Okay. What do you think Baltimore's team averages are versus left-handed pitchers?
Versus lefties, I haven't been tracking, man. I'd assume they're still good.
283 batting average, 837 OPS.
Okay, yeah. That's a good team versus lefties.
Give me another random team. That's another playoff team, just to check.
A playoff team that should be good against lefties. How about Houston? I mean, Springer, Correa, Gurriel.
825 OPS, 269 batting average. See, like, that's
So,
good. What
against-
the White Sox are doing is, like,
Yeah,
really
special. Against lefties, and just to flex my own point, the Houston Astros and the Orioles are essentially the same offense.
Good. Yeah.
People don't realize that.
What about the Tampa Bay Rays versus lefties?
What about
What about their
good.
splits in general?
I think their numbers versus lefties are good.
Their numbers are the same for both arms. 240 batting average, 241, 247, 786 OPS versus lefties, 775 versus righties. So
I think they also like carry one more bench spot than most teams do, so they like the lefties on, they straight up like put their righty line.
So the White Sox win the Righteous Award.
The Righteous Award. Nice.
Rid the world of lefties, man.
Very nice, Jim.
Do you know that they did that for a while and it like really messes with lefties' brains?
Should.
Yeah. Reading and stuff. Just bad. What's your award?
My award, Jim, is the Pride of Award.
Oh, okay.
The Pride of Award.
The Pride of America.
Close. Really close.
Okay.
So close. Zoom in a little closer. Jim, I've got a new team I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
Because they have brought in the pride of Toms River, New Jersey. The Todd father. Todd Frazier joins the Mets at the deadline. The Mets made move at the deadline. They brought in Castro out of the bullpen from the Orioles. Real talented arm. They brought in the catcher, Chirinos, who's had a really nice career as a catcher. Let's see if he can find a little magic for them as well. And they bring in Todd Frazier. They throw him in the 4-hole this first game, coming over from a Texas team that couldn't hit. Todd, familiar with the Mets, played there last year. And obviously, Jersey guy, Jim, insert Little League joke, whatever. He has a big game against the Yankees last night. It's kind of fun. He hits an opposite field homer that it looked like he didn't really even get a hold of, but it still goes out. And you know what? Spark those Mets. Like, the Phillies got hot, and it's fun, and right now we've got them penciled in the playoffs. The Phillies can be caught, and those final 2 wild cards are still out there. The Mets got pieces. Go battle. They beat up on the Yanks late. A walk-off. Alonso hits the home run. Does that spark him? I'm rooting for the Metropolitans, and he put up a casual 3 for 5 last night. 2 doubles and a home run. So I'm rooting Mets. Hopefully Todd can be the spark for that team. We just got to watch them a lot last week. Dominic Smith is a really fun bat when he's working. Cano's having a good year. Conforto got it going. I'm on the Mets train.
Put Dom at first and DH Alonso or make Alonso learn a new position.
Damn.
DM. He does do that.
Damn.
Just punches his glove whenever he's upset.
Yeah.
It was a nice hit.
It's a good outlet.
2 walk-off home runs for Alonso versus the Yankees this year, so it's good for him.
I like a lot of the Mets players, man. Cano,
Their lineup's good.
I don't have to explain to you. J.D. Davis, I really like as a ball player. He hurt his ankle, part of the reason they brought in Todd. Man, they have a lineup, and it's kind of what we were saying about the Phillies. Like, if they can pitch enough, this is a team that should win games. So bringing in Todd, I love it. Spark him. He has 3 extra base hits last night. Get going, Mets.
Get going. Who do they play? I don't think they're going to get going, but that lineup should be good.
I mean, dude, that's the thing. As long as they pitch enough. Edwin Diaz looking nasty again. Let's see the Mets schedule.
Phillies next this weekend.
Here we go. If I was a little more professional, I would have had that prepared. I'm interested in that series.
Okay. You going to watch it?
4 versus the Phillies, Baltimore, Toronto, and then 3 versus the Phillies. So, yeah.
All right.
Big 2 weeks for the Metropolitans.
Get after it. Let's move on. The last segment we do is Elevator Watch.
Going up.
And the team that we will be talking about today is the New York Mets. We just did it.
We just
spin
did
it
that.
again.
We just did an elevator talk on them.
The Royals?
Ooh.
Should we limit these to playoff teams only at this point?
Ooh. The whole point was to not. But the Royals?
The Royals? All right.
We kind of just did the Mets. So how about we'll do, it's like Mets and Royals.
Oh, you want to do a light Royals?
Yeah. We'll just touch upon it. Whit Merrifield needs to stop slumping.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first thing you say. Paul Rudd's still a fan.
No, he's kind of dormant right now.
Okay.
He's kind of a little dormant.
Oh, no. Jim, I've got some deep cuts for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan McBroom has been playing pretty well for them. 893 OPS.
Old Blue Jays farmhand.
Ryan McBroom has come up. He's given them a spark. Solaire's still doing it. Ooh.
How old is McBroom? Because when the Yankees got him from the Blue Jays, I feel like he was
They've got him
old
listed
prospect.
at 28, so I don't know if that's a 29-28 or a 28-28.
28 in April.
28 in April. Okay, so he's 28. He's doing it. I've got my first Teeter Player of the Year, Jim. You know this is one of my favorite things I was watching last year. Final couple weeks can dictate your season.
Mm-hmm.
Jorge Soler, who was so good for them last year. And he's having a good year. 8 home runs. He's got an 821 OPS. If Soler has a hot end to the season, his OPS is in the 9s. He's a bona fide slugger. We love him. If he has a bad couple weeks, you start sneaking near the 7s. Now you've got an outlier year and you're a question mark heading into the offseason. So I'm watching Soler to finish strong.
Okay. I'll do some pitching. Brad Keller's
Please.
been amazing.
Yeah.
He had a really bad start versus the Cardinals, his only bad one of the year. Bounced back really well against Cleveland. I mean, he's got a 1.93 ERA in 28 innings pitched in 5 games. I mean, any season you say that and you sound dumb.
Sure.
But this season,
Yeah.
that's what he's doing. In the bullpen, man, they got some arms. They got some really good arms. Our dude, Stamont, still don't know how to pronounce
Yeah,
it.
he's fun.
I mean,
holy smokes.
No, he's really,
Read
really
those
good.
numbers, Jim.
Yeah, he's got 17 appearances, only 1 appearance where he allowed a run, 0.57 ERA, 29 strikeouts in 15 innings. The walks are 11 walks in 15 innings, but I mean, if you watch him pitch,
Yeah.
he's got the wow effect where you're like, whoa, 101 with ease and a nasty break. The other dude is Scott Barlow out of their pen. I mean, he just had a rough outing, his roughest of the year. Before that, I mean, he has, out of 21 outings, he's got 20 without a run, 18 without a run. He's got a 2.7 ERA, but again, that gets blowed up by just 2 outings. Because
Right.
last night, his last outing, it was 0.1. So Barlow's looking good in the pen.
They got something forming there. They got Barlow, Stallmont, Zimmer.
Zimmer.
You can start building a bullpen that way.
Zimmer,
I like
yeah,
that
is the
a lot.
other guy. Zimmer has 10 appearances, 8 scoreless. So they do have some arms.
And you know what? You've just got to show me. You got 3 guys in your rotation. You're excited for Brad Keller. He's young. He's kind of been proving it a little bit, which is cool. And then Singer and Bubic, again, top 100 prospects. And the fact that you get to watch them, like, you know, your Matt Harvey day sucks. I hope they DFA him soon. Is that rude?
You know what's a bullshit narrative that you can hang on to? Like, let's fight the rest of the year because they got a tough schedule. If you see these relievers and if you see some of the guys that are going to be on the team next year fighting and playing hard through this stretch, you can hang your hat on that.
Are they pissed at the Tigers?
Yeah, that might be.
You guys are supposed to stink with us.
Yeah,
can't be 500.
They're going White Sox, Cleveland. They end with the Tigers.
Could be tough times before it's fun times.
They got St. Louis still on the schedule, and they have 6 against Detroit. So that's where they get Detroit.
Yeah. Go get them.
Go get them.
End their season.
You're bad, too.
Oh, my God. Detroit finishes with 6 with KC.
Yeah.
They could get in the mix.
No, but KC's doing the whole year bad, too.
Right. I will say, and just Jake's final closing note, which nobody's here for, I had a little sad moment the other day that we're not you don't normally travel to see other teams. Because, like, it would be fun to see the 3-game series with the Royals and see Stom on against the Yanks and be like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what you guys got? Cool.
Yeah.
Like, that effect isn't there this year. So, I was talking Royals.
Yeah. And then you're talking about the Tiger schedule. They do have 6 against KC, but they have 5 against Minnesota coming up.
Which game 1.
2 St. Louis, 3 White Sox, 4 Cleveland, 2 Minnesota. So every other
it's getting gnarly.
Is 2 Milwaukee. So you got 6 KC, 2 Milwaukee. Those are your only like light games.
Stay 500 somehow. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how you do that. They got 1 pitcher, Keller.
Stay 500. Or no, not the Royals, the Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
This turned into a Tigers. Sorry, Royals.
Sorry.
That's how bad your season is. We started talking about the Tigers.
We're out. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you. We'll be back on Monday doing this again. Let's get the home run tracker good for then.
Tigers are going to fall apart.
So I'm telling you, Jake sucks.
Look at the Tigers starting pitching.
I know.
It's the opposite of Cleveland. Get hot.